What's going on, guys? I'm Jay the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Liz Cambage. She is blasting the WNBA for their paying practices. Apparently, she's not happy at the salary that Becky Hammon, who is her head coach, is making compared to the players. Because ultimately, the players are more important as far as the marketability of a league than the coaches. But apparently, she's doing, I guess she's looking at salaries. And this is also one of the reasons why I believe she went to OnlyFans. I've done 2 videos on them. I put those 2 videos in the description box. I told y'all, man, this was one of the factors that played into her her choosing to go to OnlyFans to supplement her income. Because a lot of these WNBA players, no matter who they are, they end up having to go to play in Europe. Elizabeth doesn't want to be one of those. That's why she ended up signing up for OnlyFans, because she's not making the type of money that she feels like is beneficial to her. So now she is lashing out, and it pretty much sums up what I had said in my previous videos. Everything I said in those videos seemed to be what is going on here. And it seems to be a problem with WNBA, and it's a money problem. But I think because Becky Hammon had all this hype, her being with the San Antonio Spurs, they was like, this could be the first female basketball coach in the NBA. That's all these people were talking about the last couple of years. But now Becky Hammon is the Las Vegas Aces head coach, which is the team that Liz plays for. And Liz is not happy about how the money situation is. So we're going to get into this. I'm going to read from the article from SB Nation. Liz Cambage blast WNBA for a coach earning 4 times more than max player. The biggest move of the WNBA offseason may just be a coaching change. The Las Vegas Aces convinced Becky Hammon to leave her role as an assistant coach of the San Antonio Spurs to accept the franchise's head coaching position. There were early reports that Hammon would also become the Aces general manager, but that reportedly is not true. Regardless, Hammon is about to become one of the most high-profile figures in the W, and she'll be the highest paid person working in that league. Now, I will say this, though, in Becky Hammon's defense. Becky Hammon is a name. Her name has been floated out there. She was an assistant for Greg Popovich in the Spurs, and she had a lot of hype built around her. They were talking about her coaching in an NBA, which come on, man. I mean, it's different when you're coaching a summer league team than when you're coaching an NBA team. And I think she knew that. That's why she went to the WNBA. But that's why she's making the money that she's making. But ultimately, it's up to the WNBA to be able to maximize their earning potential. They actually used to do this years ago. Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Leslie. We know who those women are, even though we didn't watch the WNBA, because of how they marketed those players. They don't market their star players anymore. They really don't. It's very important to understand that the WNBA doesn't have much marketability. And I think that Becky Hammon was brought in to sort of be like, I guess, the face of the WNBA. She played in WNBA, and they feel like she could be the face, the coach that can sort of bring attention and awareness to the WNBA, which is one of the reasons why she's there. But she's not there to, be there on a minimum salary. Like, she's there to make, money too. She's leaving her position with the Spurs to go to WNBA. So they were going to have to pay her to Becky Hammon. They were going to have to pay her a sizable salary in order for her to leave where she was, because I don't know how that situation was going to work out anyway. For her to leave to go and be where she is. And the league has done a poor job of marketing the league, especially over the last 10 years or so. The NBA is basically taking care of and funding the WNBA. So when I see a lot of these talks about salary, you have to look at the source, and the source is WNBA is not making money. And Becky Hammon is being brought in to sort of like the coaching face of the league. Hammon will reportedly earn $1 million with the Aces, owner Mark Davis announced. The Aces likely had to pay up to get Hammon to leave her position with the Spurs, but it's a big moment for the league either way. WNBA salaries are consistently a subject of intense debate because they are so much lower than other American professional sports leagues. That is because, once again, the league doesn't make money. They don't make money. So how are we going to talk about salaries in the WNBA when the WNBA doesn't make money? Okay, they're supplemented by the NBA. I know that during WNBA season, ESPN promotes it heavily. They promote the league, heavy. People just don't care. A lot of women don't care. You know why? Because women are front-running fans. They only care about the sports that are important. They don't really care about women's sports. Most people don't care about women's sports, unfortunately. Now, there are some sports that have women, like tennis. There's a lot of women who make money in tennis, golf. There are sports where women make money, a lot of it. The WNBA just doesn't, because it's an offshoot of the NBA. Those women should have the opportunity to be able to play and make money. The thing is, though, if your league isn't making money, your players really aren't going to make money. That's why they have to go to Europe. That's why some of them are joining OnlyFans, because there's no money in the WNBA like that for the players. While seeing someone in the WNBA earn $1 million check was a cause for celebration in some circles, Aces superstar Liz Cambage was not too pleased. Liz has been one of the Ace best players the last 2 seasons and is now an unrestricted free agent. She called out the inequality in the WNBA's pay structure, where a coach can make significantly more than any player. And this is the tweet here that went viral yesterday. Yes, the at WNBA, where a head coach can get paid 4 times the highest paid player's supermax contract. Laughing out loud, and y'all think I'ma spend another season upgrading my seat on a flight to get to games out of my own pocket? So they don't even pay for the flights. Again, that's a league issue, man. I'm pretty sure the NBA pays for those flights, for those games, or buses or whatnot. This is where we at. I think Liz probably knows this. Other people know this as well. When you are when you're working in an environment where you're not making money, unless people are being paid a lot, and there's going to be a timetable for money to be made, because there are certain businesses, right? The first, let's say 5 years, you're not making money. 10 years, you're breaking even. Then after that, it takes off. That's the slow pace. You got some businesses, the first 2 years, you're not making any money. The next 2 years after that, you're breaking even. And the next 2 years after that, you're doubling profits, you're tripling profits. I mean, that's how it can be. But the WNBA, they just don't have the right marketing strategies that's going to get people to care about your product, because ticket sales will go up. Those stadiums are basically empty. The jersey sales will go up. All right. More endorsement deals, sponsorships. I'm pretty sure they have them. I've seen WNBA players in commercials, but it's always on some female empowerment BS. Like, no one cares about that. Most normies don't care about that. They just want to see a familiar face that plays a sport promoting a product. Okay, that is non-political, to say the least. So I think that the WNBA has just done a terrible job at marketing the league. There's really no interest, especially from their demographic of women that complain. You know what's funny? You got women that get on Twitter every day complaining about pay gap and inequality and pay structure, when they don't even support the WNBA or anything mostly female. They don't support. They don't care. Newsflash, most women don't care about female sports. They don't care about this real female empowerment. They just want to complain about something. But if you offer a solution, they tend to ignore that solution. Now, Liz earned a little more than $221,000 last season for the Aces, which put her in a 7-way tie as the highest paid player in the league. The total WNBA salary cap in 2022 is just $1.3 million. There is, of course, no salary cap for coaches and executives, because that's where the money's going. People who are not doing a good job running the league. Anyway, it isn't just Hammon's higher salary that set Liz off. It's also the lack of accommodations for WNBA provides for their players. The league does not charter flights for games, which has created numerous travel horror stories through the years. This past season, the Chicago Sky and the Connecticut Sun endured major travel difficulties during their semifinal series. Teams are often split apart on numerous flights, so taller players don't have to sit in the middle seat. Wow. Liz says she pays out of her own pocket to upgrade her seats on flights. The owners or league should be able to handle that expenses to improve the overall quality of the league. Breanna Stewart re-signed with the Seattle Storm in late January on a 1-year Supermax deal. It will pay her $228,000 next season. Liz really isn't exaggerating much when she alleges Hammon will earn 4 times as much as the league top players. While WNBA's biggest stars certainly deserve a larger pay bump, the league's non-stars need a raise even more badly. Last season, Diamond DeShields earned about $58,000 for playing an essential role in the league's champion Chicago Sky. For his part, Davis said the right things when he announced Hammon's salary. Davis, who also owns the Las Vegas Raiders, gave the following quote on Hammon as he introduced the Raiders' new staff in the NFL. Let's see. You can go here. No, who cares? Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Okay, here it is. Little girls, guys, anybody can look at her and say she's just like me, a small basketball player who's retired and she got the job and she's making $1 million. I can do that too. That was really important to me to bring in that kind of value. It's great to see Hammon get paid out to be the coach of the Aces, but the players' salaries definitely need to be higher. The league needs more lucrative sponsorships. It needs more merchandise and a better merchandising option. It needs better media placement, and it needs to market its stars like actual stars. I said all of this before I even read this. I said all of that before I read this last part of the article. That's exactly what they need. And I've been saying this for the most part in the videos that I did, the previous videos I did about Liz, that's in my description box, as well as other discussions on the WNBA. They need all of this. And I spoke about this even before I got to this point. Everybody knows this. In the WNBA, executives, the people who are in charge of promoting the league, who got comfortable office jobs, who don't care because they're getting a salary. You need to market your league better. Your players should be out there. They should be at the forefront. People should know who they are. We should be seeing them in commercials. We should be seeing them in TV shows, even cameos in movies. They should be marketed to the moon, but they're not, because let's be real. A lot of those people in those offices in WNBA do not care. They'll get on Twitter and have these players complaining and then say, oh, we're going to do better, but we need y'all to complain so we can do better. But I mean, complaining is going to do what? What is complaining going to do if the people in charge of the league are doing a poor job at marketing the league. And now we're at this point to where you have a player in Liz who is complaining about the salary of her coach. We shouldn't even know what these coaches are making, but we do because the players are making far less than the coaches. That's the state of the WNBA. That's how poorly they've ran that league. That league could probably be making more money than it is if they marketed it properly, but they haven't because they don't care. The people at the top of that cup don't care because they always know the NBA is going to be right there to supplement them. You had guys like Kyrie Irving offering them money. It shouldn't be that way. So, I mean, maybe Becky Hammon can bring more eyes and more attention to the league, but they're still doing a horrible job promoting it, and this proves it. So let me know in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts. Like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And I'll see y'all next one, man.